It's Monday. We're gonna We're gonna go over today's charting on the S&P and the Nasdaq. Why I didn't take a trade, the higher time frame bias, and yeah, what happened basically. So, as mentioned in my video yesterday, we did not have any red folder news today, and I said that Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are probably the better chances to trade this week, with Friday being red folder, so we're not touching it. And yeah, so pretty much, if we take off the drawings on the S&P and we go into the 4 hour, you can see we got this strong bullish structure here. We have an imbalance right here as well, further up. And at the start of the day, we were sort of trading around this sort of candle here, which is, right into this imbalance after a break of structure, or even here. And yeah, so it's pretty much just a buy model at the moment. So shorts didn't really make sense to take today. And yeah, so either way, I was still looking at the break and retest. Reason for that being, I marked out the 8 o'clock 15-minute candle here. Price broke down, and I was looking for this pullback to then go short. But why I didn't get in? Well, first of all, I was looking at potential draws on liquidity or target. So we had this 3-minute fair value gap down here. We also had not much else lower down, to be honest. Like, if we look at this wick here, maybe on the hourly. Yeah, so this wick at 5 o'clock in the London session pretty much filled this imbalance. And as you can see, there isn't an imbalance down here, apart from all the way down at this zone here. When you compare that to the buy side draws, we've got the London high, the Asia high, both left untested before the AM session. And, we've also got this high here, and obviously that 4-hour fair value gap here. So there are a lot of bullish draws today. And as you can see in my notes, no entry today. London and Asia high untested. Bearish targets already taken before the retest. So when I say that, I am referring to, at 9:30, price came down into this 3-minute fair value gap and sort of bounced off it. Where if we look at where the 8:15 or the 8 o'clock candle was, you can see price had already gone down and tapped that. At the same time, on the Nasdaq, so we had an SMT whereby the Nasdaq basically, hang on, why is that in? There we go. So we had these equal lows here on the 15-minute, as you can see from Friday's lunch and just after the London session. That would have been the draw, or the target at least. And yeah, so we've got like a very small imbalance in between that, or just underneath there, as you can see. And similar story, price had broken down and swept those equal lows into that fair value gap and pushed up at 9:30. So yeah, I mean, there were a few different things I was looking at. Like, I was still trying to, find confirmation that this could be a good trade. But ultimately, like, the bullish draws today, we got London high and Asia high untested again. They just didn't align with the model. And yeah, that's why I didn't take a trade. As I put in my notes here, not the clearest structure for a bearish break and retest. Price dropped from the 9:30 open. Likely no entry today, but still watching. Relative equal lows, main target lower. However, London high and Asia highs remained untested. So yeah, in terms of the actual retracement, so this happened at 9:40 or 9:39 on the Nasdaq, and on the S&P it was the same sort of time. And as you can see, price just sort of comes back up and doesn't really respect the midpoint to go lower, and it doesn't need to be honest. It doesn't need to, because we've already taken those lower draws on liquidity. And also on the S&P, I did note that this 5-minute fair value gap was just below the 8 a.m. 15-minute candle. So I was looking for this entry here as well, just to see how price would react off it. And yeah, there was a slight resistance at that level, as you can see here. Just minimize that. So this candle here, we had a little doji candle in that fair value gap, and then price just pushed up a little higher into where this entry would have been. And yeah, ultimately, like I said, I don't really need to trade unless it's absolutely clear for me. So I didn't take a trade today, and it's simple as, well, not simple as that, but it's as simple as that. And yeah, it wasn't till, maybe after I saw the London high and the Asia high get taken that I realized that we were looking at a ICT bullish turtle soup, being that, trade down, sweep the low. We got an SMT here. I think on the NASDAQ it was a bit more clear. So oh god, where are we looking? Maybe it was on the S&P. Oh no, so it happened on both. So yeah, we swept liquidity here. Strong reaction off it, dropped down, broke structure here at this high. And we got this fair value gap here, and you can go long there, or if you want to get a bit more precise entry, you could go long in this fair value gap just here. If we mark that out on the 3-minute, like so. So we have that, and then what would you target? You'd target the London high and the Asia high. So that would look something like this, and then you put your stop just above that. London high, Asia high, or you could do it like that, 4-to-1, but that's not the model I'm trading at the moment. And yeah, so interesting stuff. Be interesting to see as well how price reacts now that we've traded into this imbalance on the NASDAQ, and like I say, up here on the S&P. I'm going to remove these drawings for now, just a bit further up. Get rid of that and that. Just keep the basics on there. But yeah, like I say, Tuesday to Thursday, they're going to be my main days to look at trades. And yeah, not really much more to cover on that. Obviously, with this move up, we've seen markets have a big bullish bounce today. So, it's interesting just to take that into account. We could be on the rise back up to, these equal highs here, or all-time, is that all-time high? Yeah, these equal highs are an all-time high. But I will be on the lookout for a retracement at some point in the week, unless we just rip upwards going into tomorrow, and then see like a slight reversal on Wednesday or Thursday. It all depends what we get. So yeah, that's going to do it for me today. And yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Trade smart, trade safe, and trade your plan.